Okay, today is part 3 of the release series, and today is about all of the benefits of a proper release. Now, people will say, well, your release is only going to work if the rest of your swing is perfect. Actually, it's completely the opposite. Some of these lag, swing inside out, complete your turn things, not only do those create problems, they make any problems you're having worse. Whereas this release, this proper natural release, will get you out of some problems that you might be having. Okay? So let's say for one that you have a trouble with over the top. Okay? That's a real easy one. You know, take it too far out inside, come over the top, big slice. Okay? Now, if your first move from the top is to allow that natural release to happen, it's impossible for your hands and your body to go this way with the club if you're moving like this. You have to go all the way over here before you have any rotation in order to come over the top. Or let's say you go like this. That's a lot of hip movement before your hands have moved at all. Whereas if you get that feel of going like this, allowing that natural rotation to happen from the top, it will prevent you from coming over the top because you're already turning everything in sync and your hands and your body have not been able to change the planes and come over the top because you've already started to release it down the proper plane. So even if you whip it too far to the inside and you're stuck back here, if you start to release the club from the top, it's going to have a tendency to get your hands and arms back out in front of you, even if you took it too far to the inside, and if you're stuck. Now, that's another one. If you're stuck underneath the plane, the reason why you're stuck underneath the plane is because the release is too late by either adding lag, dropping your hands, or popping those hips out too fast. Those are all of the things that get you stuck from underneath, stuck underneath the plane, excuse me. Now, if your hands are working in this motion, if your forearms and the club is working in this motion, if you're stuck, you're going to get it out from underneath you. Now, people talk about how they want to hit down on the ball. If you're throwing it or holding the lag, that's really, really hard to hit down on the ball. Because if you're throwing it, you're going to get caught way back here and about to throw it into the ground. So then you have to go like this to allow that throw or cast to get to the ball. If you're holding the lag too long, it's really hard to hit down on the ball without diving at it, and because your arms are short and you can't get full extension to the ball. If you're making that gradual release from the top, it's getting that club down. It's bringing the club down on a descending blow into the ball without you yanking on it or getting in front of it to get the club to the ball. So that's some more benefits of a release. I have a few more written down here. I can't remember them all actually. Oh, let's see. The other one is, excuse me, the last one I wanted to talk about was, not too many people will argue that that is not the correct position you want to get to. That triangle with your arms and shoulders and the shaft going up the middle of the triangle. That's pretty much an ideal position that every great hitter of all time has gotten to. Now, if you're throwing, you're obviously done. Okay, you're not going to ever get to that place because you've already lost it. If you're holding the lag too long and holding off the release, or have a strong grip and you're holding off the release, that's going to have to be a flip to get there. And that's the flip that everybody talks about. People think a flip is from a cast and an early release, but a flip is actually when you've held on to the release for way too long and centrifugal force is trying to get your body to here, okay? And if you're in here with it, the only way you can get from here to there is to shut everything down and flip it. And that's those nasty snap hooks that everybody hates so much. So that is very much another benefit of an early, gradual, and what I call a proper release is if you start it from here, it's really, really easy for your body to allow centrifugal force to get to that full, extended position that every great ball striker has got to. Now, the last one is everybody's going to be worried. Well, this early release, I'm not going to create a lot of power, I'm not going to have a lot of lag, okay? And that is what's most important to everybody, so I guess I have to address it. Lag is a really misunderstood term. Lag is not really how little of an angle you can create right here and how long you can hold on to that angle, because that's what everybody's teaching, that's what everybody tries to do, and that isolates your hands from the rest of the body and gets you out of sync. What lag is, and what people who really know what they're talking about, people who know way more about it than I do, will tell you, is the angle at which the hands are ahead of the club head at impact. In other words, if this is impact, you don't want to be like this because that's a cast. You want that nice impact position like this, okay, like Hogan. The way you get to that position is not by holding here, because you can't get the club to the ball. You have to let it go right there and flip it. The way to get to that lagged impact position is to sync up a gradual release with a turn of the body, and look, lo and behold, with a gradual release, I get to that position perfectly with a cleared lower body, with shoulders, arms, and hands that are working in sync, and with the club head and hands out in front of your pivot or chest, so you can make a consistent extension and finish. So while people have been trying to say that my idea of a gradual release throws the lag away and reduces power, and have even said it's a cast, it actually gets you to that perfect lagged impact position that you're looking for, because this is the position you want. You don't want this. And if you're coming in like this, that's what you're headed for unless you quit and flip.